if you can, feel free to share this with somebody. This is a topic that may be able to spark a conversation with those that are around you. Feel free to share this content with somebody. They will enjoy it. Because I want to talk about this lady by the name of Chrissy Teigen. Now, this lady is somebody who I had my opinion about this lady for so many years. And it's not somebody I really have a good opinion about. I'm a Christian, I will say that. But if I could hate anybody in this world, if the Bible allowed me to hate anybody in this world, just one person, it would probably be Chrissy Teigen. Now, if you don't know Chrissy Teigen, she's what I call a social justice warrior. I'm not saying she has made that claim for herself. That's what I deem her as. And also, she's John Legend's wife. Beta. What does she do for a living? I really don't know her for any other reason than John Legend's wife. What else does she do? I don't know. Anybody else can tell me that. What does she do? Is she an actress, a singer? I don't know what she is. All I know is she got a weird shaped head. I can't say that for sure. And her husband do too. So I don't know how them kids go look. I ain't attacking nobody kids. But I don't know how they gonna look going forward. Let's go. They probably gonna have a weird shaped head. It's just my opinion. But we'll see. What she's been doing for so many years is, to me, her claim to fame is coming out, speaking out against social issues. And primarily she's a left winger, a liberal, however you want to speak, or somebody who goes against conservatives for sure. That's what she is. And the main person she's geared her vitriol towards the last 3 years, 4 years, or 5 years, Vera says she was a model, now does home-related stuff like cookbooks. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, so the main person she's come at the last 4 years has been Donald Trump. Now, I have my views on Donald Trump. I'm not here to express those. I'm not trying to sway you or anybody else for that matter. But I must say, it's definitely always been curious to me why she attacks Donald Trump the way she does. Let's go. Chrissy Teigen proves why you should never argue with a social justice warrior, SJW. And the reason is, guys, I've said this in other videos and I want to say this to you now. More often than not, these people will hang themselves with their own rope. And what I mean is, they will comment somebody so hard, trying to present arguments against them and basically call them the scum of the earth and frankly telling these people should die. These people should not be allowed to do what they are paid to do while doing the exact same thing in the background, while being the same exact horrible person in the background. And that's exactly what Chrissy Teigen is and what she continues to be. Guys, I want to show you a story, because not only do I not know Chrissy Teigen or who she is overall, but I also don't know this lady here by the name of Courtney Stodden, I believe. I never heard of this lady, but I want to tell you guys what's going on if you don't know. The story by TMZ says Courtney Stodden claims Chrissy Teigen DM telling me to kill herself or kill myself. Now, this is Chrissy Teigen right here. And I mean, what's her name? Courtney Stodden. And that's Chrissy Teigen. Now, I normally don't like to read the stories, but I want to read the story here for a particular point here. Let's go. It says, Courtney Stodden says Chrissy Teigen did more than just publicly tweet mean things to them. Courtney claims Chrissy told them to kill myself, and Courtney almost did. Let's go. Now, if you saw what I just saw and read what I just read, you may be a little confused like I was. Who's them? I don't know who them is. I saw reading the story. I was like, who is the other person? Are we talking about Courtney and Chrissy? Chrissy sent DMs to her own self. Who are we talking about them? I was so confused with this. The them is Courtney. Because the next sentence says, Courtney, who identifies as non-binary. Non-binary. Now, I guess that's what the B mean in LGBTQ A B C D E F G A B C D E F G H I J K. I mean, that's who they are, because that's one of those pronouns we gotta say, y'all. But y'all can say it. I ain't saying nothing. She identifies as non-binary. I'll call her Courtney. claims Chrissy all but salivated at the thought of Courtney dying. And they claim to have private DMs saying as much. They told the Daily Beast Chrissy would privately DM me and tell me to kill myself. Courtney further claims Chrissy said things like, "I can't wait for you to die." Now, the reason I pointed out what I did by her being non-binary is not to say anything bad about LGBTQIA, ABCDF, not to say nothing bad about them. It's to strictly point out that this lady is a liberal as well. So this is not conservative against conservative. This is not liberal against conservative. This is two liberals going against each other. If y'all don't know, Chrissy Teigen is somebody who's recently left Twitter for bullying. She's left Twitter for bullying and says, basically she's getting tired of the vitriol and the comments and all the rhetoric she receives on a day in, day out basis. Now, Chrissy, you made your bed, lay in it. Because you have created an atmosphere and a toxicity on your platform that allows people to attack you based on the fact you attack so many people. I say this all the time, but people get the scripture, "Judge not lest you be judged." They get that scripture mixed up because Tupac did "The only God can judge me," and people think you can't judge. But the Bible's not saying not to judge. It's saying if you judge, expect that same measure of judgment upon you. That's living embodiment of what Chrissy Teigen has done. You create the atmosphere by what you did to this lady and so many other people, Trump included. You can't get upset when people come at you in that same matter. It's well within her rights, well within her realm, and I feel like she's been reasonable with what she's saying. She's not going over the top, trying to make herself be a victim. She's not doing anything to, go back and hurt Chrissy in the same measure that she was hurt. She's legit. And just talking about her childhood, she was 16 years old when this stuff went on. If you guys don't know, she was married to a 50-year-old. I just learned this myself. I didn't know who this woman was. She was married to a 50-year-old. So she go on in this story to talk about not only would Chrissy do this, what's the lady on The View? I think it's Joy Behar, whatever her name is. She was saying things, and another celebrity, they was calling this girl as much as a whore, a tramp, all this stuff as a 16-year-old girl. And these are people who always on the other end of trying to tell people what's right and what's wrong to do, but here they are doing what they're doing. So I talk about this so much, and that it just bothers me that people choose to ignore this stuff. And Chrissy has so many allegations against her out there, and you got to start questioning the people that's around her. Because like John Legend, how can you have a wife like that and you so docile and so smiley and friendly and all this stuff? How do you have this persona about you, but you got a wife that's so rambunctious like that and just outlandish like that? How can you? How does the two match?
Rumar, are you the head of your wife?
I like to think that we're equal.
Are you the head? Beta.
I am no. I'm an alpha.
Not if you think you and your wife are equal. Beta.
Oh, because I tell you why.
Beta.
As far as a public perception and people not saying anything, how are you not checking your wife for what she's doing when it comes to things like this? It's obviously you're not checking her because the pattern continues and never stops. So at some point we got to look at what really is the issue out there. It's not, to me, the issue is not that Chrissy's done this. The issue to me, more than anything, is that we allow this and only one side really gets reprimanded. But things are slowly changing. I will admit, because just as this past week we see the senator that came out talking on the Republican address, Tim Scott, when he was ridiculed and people start calling him Uncle Tim instead of Uncle Tom on hashtags on Twitter, and actually Twitter blocked that hashtag. So we're making some type of progress, but it's still not at the magnitude of what's going on with conservatives. Because you look at Trump still don't have a platform. Do I think he deserves a platform? That's neither here or there. I'm not going to say that. What I'm saying, it's not balanced, because you have people on the other side saying something totally off the wall, doing things totally against what should be lawful, but not being reprimanded whatsoever. Chrissy Teigen has hung herself with her own rope. the way she has addressed people over the years have come back to bite her, and we hope, I know I do, that this will be something that will cause some type of disruption in her life, because it's not fair that you could do this to a 16-year-old. Everything Trump did allegedly, or everything people that she's come against allegedly have done, has been against grown people. But she's attacking a 16-year-old, and we're supposed to sit back and allow it to happen and look at that and move on. It's going to be one of those stories that just mows it along. Because the same thing that happened with people with, I'm not trying to compare a situation, but with Harvey Weinstein accusers. People was coming so hard against him. I forget the lady's name. I think it was Asia Argento, something like that. When she got caught with that young boy doing the same thing. Hers was actually worse. Because the boy was innocent. She played his mom in a movie and ended up molesting and sleeping with the young man. And that story went away within days. But she was somebody who came hard, standing on the stage. That's nothing I don't do, watch award shows no more. But she was standing on stage speaking on behalf of the Harvey Weinstein victims. And she ended up being the same person doing it to somebody else. But you didn't hear anything else about it. It can't be, you can't be blind to this. I'm not saying this to convince you to be on either side. I'm saying this to point out what's going on. Everything about when it comes to social justice, when it comes to politics, when it comes to reprimandment publicly, when it comes to the court of public opinion, this thing is all the way one-sided. You got to make a decision for yourself. I admonish and tell anybody, do not argue with social justice warriors, because you get nothing out of it. They will hang themselves. Don't get me wrong. If they come to you with a question, come to you with conversation pieces, talk it out. Speak your truth. Speak the truth, not your truth, my bad. Speak the truth. Because I was thinking about this the other day. How many times did Jesus actually go and initiate a conversation with the Pharisees? He didn't. The Pharisees came to him. And when they came to him they trying to catch him in the lie, catch him in a way that they can arrest him or call him a hypocrite or whatever, he checked them. Even when they was trying to check him when it comes to the woman caught in the act of adultery. You guys know how they went. He checked them. So it doesn't mean that you have to abide by everything that they're saying.
Let's go.
But you do have to stand up for righteousness. And don't be worried about just being right all the time. Stand up for righteousness. But at the end of the day, don't look out for these arguments. I used to do that all the time. Like, I used to drive myself crazy, get into it with people. I'm saying used to, maybe a couple months ago. But I'm learning not to. And I may still struggle here and there, but do not get into it with these people, because more often than not, when they going so hard in one direction, trying to attack somebody, more often than not, they hiding something and doing the exact same thing behind the scene. And that is exemplified with Black Lives Matter. That's definitely exemplified with Chrissy Teigen. So guys, I really want to appreciate you guys for joining me today. Share this with somebody, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, definitely do so. I'm Mel. This is the Backbone Show. Thank you so much. Let's grow. Peace.
Situation. We come to build up our brother and your life relationships. Let's come together and take a stand in our household. Welcome to the Backbone Show. Yeah. We welcome you. Welcome to the Backbone.